Hey guys, I'm Pastor Erica, and I'm super excited that you're joining me for Kid Connect at Home today. We are going to get started in just a moment, but first, let's do our brand new Remember verse. Proverbs 16:9 says, "In their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps." This means that sometimes we want to plan what happens in our lives, but really it's God's path that we should be following so that we take right steps instead of the wrong steps. So today we're going to talk about how God looks at the heart. He doesn't judge us by the outside. And it's a good thing because sometimes we judge something by what it looks like, but it's really what inside that counts. And to hear a little bit more about what I mean by this, we're going to hear from John as he explains what in the world does this mean.
If I gave you the choice between these two presents, which one would you choose? This one, it looks so good. Look, it's shiny. And look at that amazing bow on the front. Look at it. This one was wrapped really nicely with care and love. And man, this present, this one is way bigger. And you know bigger presents are always going to be better. This one looks like it was thrown together. Looks like it deserves to be in the trash. Look at that. It looks like it's got newspaper. You might even mistake that one for trash. Here's the thing, though. If you chose this present, you would love opening this present on Christmas Day. But if you open this present, you would find an empty box. You would not want that. If you chose that, you'd be really disappointed. Here's the thing, though. Many of you wouldn't have chosen this one. You see, this one doesn't look like much. It looks kind of small. Like I said, you could have mistaken it for trash. But actually, this present is full of something really valuable. A diamond ring. Isn't that kind of cool? This present is worth thousands of dollars. And that present was an empty box. You see, sometimes we make the mistake of judging things by their outward appearance. Sometimes we look at the way things are and we make a judgment. You know, we do that even with people all the time. See, if someone looks a certain way, then we make certain decisions and assumptions about them. But you know, often those assumptions, they aren't even true. And we make a mistake of judging the person based upon their appearance. You know, the Bible tells us that God doesn't judge people based upon their appearance. He looks at their heart. You see, he looks beyond the surface to see who people really are. And in the big God story, the Israelites, they'd been asking for a king. They'd asked Samuel to give them a king. They'd asked God to give them a king. And they'd been given Saul as their king. But Saul had disobeyed God. He'd made a mistake and he'd messed up. And God was looking for a new king now. God told Samuel to go and find this new king. And he said this king would come from the family of Jesse. And so when Samuel arrived at Bethlehem, he hosted all of Jesse's family as they made this sacrifice to God. And as he did, Jesse brought each of his sons to pass before Samuel. And when Samuel saw the oldest, Eliab, he thought this man must be the one that God has anointed. But Samuel talked to God, and God said, "Don't look at their outside appearance or their height, for I have rejected him. I look at their heart." And one by one, each time Samuel saw one of Jesse's 7 sons, each time he saw them, he knew that God had not chosen them to be king. Samuel, after seeing all 7, was confused. God had told him that one of Jesse's sons would be the king, but he'd seen them all. Or had he? You see, Jesse had one more son that he didn't even think about bringing to the party. This son was David, and he was working with the sheep. Samuel sent for David, and when he arrived, God said, "Arise and anoint him, for this is the one." Samuel immediately anointed David in preparation that one day he would become the new king of Israel. See, Jesse saw the youngest son, probably his smallest son, his son that was just good enough for the sheep, but God saw the next king of Israel. People, they might look at the outside appearance, but God will always be concerned about the state of your heart.